Hey viewers, my name is Martin Caballero. I'm the managing editor at BevNET.com, and I'm here in San Francisco, California at the 2020 Winter Fancy Food Show. I'm here joined by Dan Klein, the CEO of Tiesta Tea. How's it going, Dan?
Great. How are you doing, Martin?
Fantastic. It's great to be out in California again.
Likewise. A lot warmer than Chicago, I'll tell you that.
Yes, a lot warmer than Boston. So let's talk a little bit about some of the recent news. I mean, the big news that we sort of published last week was Julie Ertz and Zach Ertz. If people are not familiar, Julie Ertz, a member of the world champion U.S. women's soccer team, and Zach Ertz, a member of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep.
They recently came on and are involved with the brand. Tell us a little bit about how you sort of got them to be a part.
Yeah, so we were looking for the right kind of athlete or celebrity that could be a good fit for the brand, and what we really wanted was to find someone that could be an investor in the brand, not just a partnership. And when we stumbled upon Zach and Julie, what we realized is they're very health conscious, and they really care about giving back. And those are things that we care about as a company. And so it was kind of this perfect partnership where, with Julie, you have this great angle where she's a two-time World Cup champion.
It's interesting. I mean, obviously bringing in two high-profile athletes sort of gives a little bit more credibility and weight to the sort of health and sort of maybe even athletic performance side of things. Is that something that you guys are looking to sort of cultivate and grow?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the things, right away when we met Julie, she said that a lot of the beverages that athletes have access to, you have your Gatorades, you have a lot of your high-sugar beverages, and so they're always looking for something that still hydrates them, but is low in sugar, low in calories, because it's something that they need to drink to kind of fuel their bodies. And so, traditionally people don't think as much of tea as as an athlete type product, but it really is because of the hydration factor.
Zach and Julie are coming on not just as ambassadors, but also as investors in the brand. What sort of opportunities does that unlock in terms of your own growth as an entire brand?
Well, one of the things that's so great about it is, as we gain distribution across the U.S., we're now using, Zach and Julie to help us not only sell in, but also sell through at some of these chains. So we can use their name, their likeness. We're planning on doing cardboard cutouts in some of the chains with Zach and also with Julie. And then also, just leveraging, especially Julie's national appeal, where when she posted about the brand and introduced the partnership, we had her tag Target. Because for me, at the end of the day, it's we want to drive velocity, we want to drive interest in the brand, and people like them have such a loud voice. They have a louder voice than we do, just because of how many people follow them and really aspire to be them. And so it's a really great partnership for us.
Well, here at the show, we saw a little bit of a couple new innovations that you guys are working on. I want to first talk a little bit about the new design for the glass bottle line. What's sort of the concept behind that? Why was it a good time to refresh?
Yeah, one of the things that's kind of funny, our old bottle was great, but it was a little bit fat, so it didn't sit as well in a cup holder. And it was also hard for females to kind of hold it because it was hard to hold in a small hand. And so with the new bottle and with the new packaging, it's a slimmer bottle. It's got a lot more of the feel of like a high-end, like a kombucha, rather than a plain iced tea. And then the other thing that the label really does is it makes everything really clear now. So we really took the necessary information based on consumer feedback and said, how can we make it so that we give the customer exactly what they're looking for? So we list the sugar count, we list the calorie count, we list the flavor, we list the functionality of it. It's cold brew. And so, really by kind of dialing down that information and presenting it in a clean and simple fashion, we think that consumers will find it easier to get into our product or purchase our product over time.
The other really cool thing that you were showing me before we stepped in front of the camera here is the new 40-ounce bottle that is going to be launching in 5 divisions of Kroger in March. Super cool. I think, thank you for, restoring the reputation of the 40-ounce bottle. I think it got a bad rap.
That's
but
right.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so, it was really, Kroger came to us, and we've been working with them for about the last year and a half, and really the demand was spurred by research that they had done about the premium tea category in multiserve. And, when you talk about teas that are above 32 ounces, a lot of times those either sit on the shelf or they're kind of your mid-grade or maybe even your lower-end teas. And so we really kind of identified this trend in the market that said, premium tea is growing, but why isn't anyone doing it in a bigger format? So, coming out with a $5.99 price point, 40 ounces of liquid. It's something that a family can enjoy. And it's been a huge demand of our customers since we started.
So we've been talking a little bit, obviously, about the ready-to-drink products, but you guys make loose leaf teas as well. So how do you guys sort of balancing the growth on both sides of your portfolio?
Yeah, well, the great thing about our products is our bottled products are made with the same exact loose leaf tea as the loose leaf teas that we sell. So it's really the same product, and it's just being kind of given to the consumer in a different fashion. And so, what we're seeing on the loose leaf side, although loose leaf tea and dry tea in general is a slower moving category than a bottled beverage, what we are seeing is this trend towards less waste, no plastics, and really with loose leaf tea, it not only accomplishes great flavor, taste, and quality, but it's also a product that doesn't have that waste. And so, especially on the West Coast, we've been hearing a lot about how companies, corporations are starting to go zero waste or move completely away from plastics. And so, by using a loose leaf tea, you don't have the waste of a tea bag with the staple and the different components of a tea bag. So it really kind of fits on trend with what's going on in the market today.
And in terms of your focus as a company, are you guys looking to grow them both at the same speed, or is RTD kind of the focus right now?
I would say RTD is definitely the focus, but we're getting a lot of demand on the loose leaf tea side also, and as we grow both of those segments, I think it'll be interesting to see which one kind of takes off first. But we really feel that the ready-to-drink really fits a great demographic, and it really hits the millennial best. And we're millennials. I'm 31 years old, so it's really what we're doing is creating a product for us that with consumer feedback from people like us.
Finally, it's been really fun over the past couple of years talking to a lot of companies, beverage companies coming out of Chicago. It seems like there's a nice community of, young, growing brands, entrepreneurs in that city. Just tell us a little bit about how, you guys are sort of fitting that into that community, and is there any sort of things that, people in other places could, learn from your experience?
Yeah, I think Chicago is kind of the perfect blend of a huge entrepreneurial food and beverage scene, where now you have the Hatchery, which is a huge incubator on the west-south side of Chicago. And also, if you really think about it, there are so many companies that are huge conglomerates that are based in the Chicagoland area. So you have Kraft as a huge presence, Mondelez has a huge presence. And so you kind of get the best of both worlds where, you have this kind of entrepreneurial upstart scene, but you also have these established food companies that are also involved. So it's like, and Chicago will always be a food and beverage city. It has been since the early days, and we're excited to be part of the growth.
Well, Dan, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you, viewers, for watching. You can check BevNET.com for more of our coverage from the 2020 Winter Fancy Food Show in San Francisco. See you next time. If you like this video, don't forget to hit subscribe. Ding the bell and you'll know when the next one drops.